Thank you for subscribing to the channel. It means a great deal. And for those of you that haven't subscribed yet, only take you a second and it'd be much appreciated, and share the channel, like this video, it all helps me. Thank you. Now what I want to talk to you about today is it worth paying extra for apps such as Book Report or Data Sprout when it comes to viewing your daily income and your sales data? Well, personally, no, I don't think so. And I'm going to explain why. Now, what you're looking at here is Book Report, or the screen Book Report. And it's asking me for $19 a month. Every time I sold a book, it linked up straight away with your Amazon account. That's how it works. It made a ka-ching sound every time a book was sold, or every time, not so much a book was sold, but every time the money went up, the royalties went up, whether that's $10, £10 at a time or whatever. But when it moved, there's a thing like an old cash registry. And I like that because I have that on my desktop, and every now and then I get a little startle with ka-ching, and it's nice. Plus the money changes. Now I can still use that feature right in the top of the screen here. I can't zoom in anymore. It just won't let me. But as you can see there, it's a very slow start to my day, which is $11.95 is all I've earned today in royalties up to now. But my day doesn't really start picking up until around tea time and in through up until about midnight. So that's when everything starts clicking over for me. So that's a start for the day, but it's also the end of the month. So what happens is, and I'll just go to the dashboard, which is what I'm using mostly now, going to your bookshelf here, clicking reports, and you're in. So that's all there is to it, really. But I find this so much more helpful, and it doesn't cost me anything. It's part of the service from Amazon KDP. But if I go back to this one, what they want is $190 a year or $19 a month. And like I say, all I used it for was the ka-ching in the corner. So for me, it's not worth upgrading. And I think it's something like once you start hitting $1,000 a month, you have to then pay. So for those of you just starting out, it's a great little tool. It's a nice, handy little tool. It's simple enough. And then we have Data Sprout. Again, I like this application because it had a graph. I know that sounds pretty poor, to put a poor reason to actually like this app. But it did have one feature that I really liked, which was it would divide your days for the month. It would project what you're likely to earn that month if you were earning the same as you were that day. All these little bits that add on, and as a self-publisher, we do have a bit of a tight budget. We do have to be careful. We may have lots of different income streams, not just on KDP, but we may have books on Lulu, on Ingram Spark and others, and we may have ebooks through Apple and Google Books. But it's not enough. It's not enough to keep having to pay for all these different things. And it's nice to keep a check of what's coming in and what's going out. So I try to keep them at a minimum. And these two would cost me, between them, would cost me nearly $30 a month. And I just don't think it's worth it. Right, on the dashboard, I can look at today. Okay, 6 orders. I can refresh it every now and then. See anything that's happened. Nothing's happened there. Now, as you see on the graph here, it tapers off down to today. And that'll go back up again. That's to the 31st of May today. This is typical for me. It starts off quite high, sort of up in the middle a little bit. And then towards the end of the month, it tapers off. And then at the start of the month again, once everybody's decided what their budget is, what they've spent, what they've got left, it goes back up again. If I click on this here, I've got Kemp reads for my ebooks. So they're just page reads online for people who are using Kindle Unlimited, and I don't really do much from them. It's nothing really. Orders. I can click on that and it will just show me a similar graph as royalties because they work together basically, don't they? Yesterday, again, like I say, we're tapering off. So it was just, I say just, it was enough. It was $111 yesterday. So, I mean, I'm happy with that. That suits me. It's not a problem at all. And that was for 45 orders. So you can see I'm only averaging around $2.50 at most per book. And that's my royalty. That's how I keep. I know there's a lot of you that'll make $10, maybe more on books, $5, but that's mine. That's how I kind of stick to that to keep my prices in check. If I go to this month, okay, you can see that there's 1,771 orders. They're processed orders. And there is 840 ebook reads, page reads. And yeah, that's okay. That's a little bit extra. Not much. You don't really get much for the Kemp reads. You don't. You have to really be sort of making that tens of thousands before you're actually getting anything worth having. It's all worth having, but if you know what I mean, if you were just to rely on those, you'd be struggling. 1,771 processed orders this month up to now, and we've still got the rest of the day to go. I'd expect another maybe 40 going on there, or 50, maybe more. And an estimated royalties for this month of 4,262.88. Now, I'm fine with that. That is nice. That's a nice little. If I could do that consistently throughout the year, I'd be more than happy. That's what I like about it. It's clean, it's easy. You can download a report, you can change the graphs, and if I go to this View Royalty Estimator, I can look at things again. This is where I can actually take things apart. All marketplaces. Now on here, you can just click. You can deselect all. I can just go with the United States, apply. And this month, that's what I've done in the United States. Marketplace, just tick that box again and go for the UK. I can look through the formats. All distributions. I can change the currency, UK, Australian dollars, Canadian dollars. I like that. It's simple. The whole thing's simple. That's why I begrudge paying between them $29 a month for something I can use with more information like this. I can go here. I can check out last 7 days, this month, last month, lifetime, last year, and so on. I can look at all books, or I can just change that to different books. So if I go back to dashboard, I can go here to statements, and I can go to payments, and I can flick through to see these different countries. I wouldn't pay for anything. I would use them if they're free. Data Sprout, yeah, great one. And you can get these for Chrome. So they're add-ons for your Google Chrome. Yeah, so I'm quite happy with the with Amazon's offering. There's no need to pay for anything extra. I would like to be able to use Data Sprout and Book Report, but not if I've got to pay for them, because I only use them for a couple of features. And to be honest, they're quite limited, really, especially for paying for, and between them, it's $29 a month. So no, if you're just starting out, yeah, use them. It's great if you're not earning over $1,000 a month. So that's it.